Lin Fu was killed when he attempted to overpower his guard while Jungle Jim and Shanghai Lil were staring at the window from which Derek Bluger had just hurled himself to his doom. In Shanghai, the Reverend Chalmers interviewed the American consul in hope of locating his daughter Lin and Jungle Jim. But the consul, not knowing what had happened to Jim since he had left to capture Bluger, was unable to help him. At that very moment, Lin and Kolo, having successfully escaped from the Purple Triangle camp, arrived at a lonely military post. The thrilling adventures of Jungle Jim are pictured each Sunday in the Comic Weekly, the world's greatest pictorial supplement of humor and adventure. The Comic Weekly, each page printed in full colors, is distributed everywhere as an integral part of your Hearst Sunday newspaper. And now we continue our story. Kolo and Lin Chalmers, groggy from weariness, dismount at the lonely military outpost and are conducted by the sentry to the commanding officer.
You will please identify yourself, Missy.
Certainly. I'm Lin Chalmers. My father's the Reverend Manley Chalmers of the English Mission in Shanghai.
And your companion, who is he?
Kolo, a native of Burwani.
What are you doing here?
We've just escaped from the camp of the Revolutionary Army.
The stronghold of the Purple Triangle?
Yes.
You are deserters?
Oh, no. We aren't connected with the organization at all.
Then what were you doing there?
We were prisoners. You see, I was captured by General Lin Tu while walking along a street in Shanghai, and I was brought to the Purple Triangle headquarters by airplane.
Why?
They wanted me as a decoy to locate Jungle Jim Bradley, who'd been sent by the American consul to break up the organization and capture the leaders.
I suppose you did as they wished?
I had no choice. I was bound and gagged. I was tied to a horse and sent out into the hills.
Missy, tell true.
You say you managed to escape?
Yes. Kolo and I were taken to a secret passage by Jungle Jim. He'd been told about it by a Chinese secret agent planted in the organization.
Go on. Tell us why this Jungle Jim is not with you.
Because he went back to finish his assignment, the capture of Derek Bluger.
So, when his back was turned, you and your companion ran away.
It was the only way to help Jim. The two of us couldn't find him in the castle.
Castle?
Yes. The hideout of the Purple Triangle is a huge castle in the hills.
So, how far this castle? Which way?
Oh, I don't know exactly.
You don't know? And yet you say you have just come from it.
But you see, we had no compass to guide us. We just picked out our way through the hills, finding our own paths. It's impossible to tell you exactly where the castle is located.
Missy, tell true.
Oh, don't you believe me? No, you don't. I can see it in your face. But you've got to believe me. You just got to.
The castle lies over that way, Missy.
Yes, back there in the hills. And Jungle Jim is still there, captive in the rebel stronghold. Every minute we stand here talking, Jim is in danger of his life. He hasn't lost it already.
You say you are not member of rebel army?
Yes, that's what I said. And it's true. We are escaped prisoners from it. Oh, won't you please send a message for help through to Shanghai for us?
What do you wish to say?
Tell the American consul that Jim is in danger and ask him to have the National Army sent to rescue him.
Sent where? You see, Missy, we are back to the same question. Where is Stronghold located? How can they send army if they do not know where to send it?
I believe the hideout is known to the National Army headquarters. And if not, there is one sure way the castle can be located.
And that is?
From the air. Ask them to send an air squadron. They'll be able to spot the Purple Triangle headquarters. Oh, you will send the message for us?
I cannot give you my answer until I have consulted my staff here. You and your companion will please step outside while we discuss the situation.
Oh, certainly. Come, Kolo.
Him no send message, Missy.
He hasn't said no yet, Kolo. But he certainly isn't very enthusiastic about it. He doesn't know whether to believe us or not.
Missy, tell him true.
Of course I did. But you and I, so far, well, we're the only ones who seem to realize that.
What we do now, Missy?
Wait until we hear what the commander decides. That's all we can do.
Yesy, Missy.
Oh, why doesn't he believe me? Can't he see we're not rebels? If we were, we wouldn't risk our lives coming into this outpost.
No, Missy. Rebels no welcome here.
I hope Jim's all right. I'm so worried about him. If that commander in there doesn't agree to send a message for help, well, we're sunk. That's all.
You get somebody else and message, Missy.
I will if they don't lock us up for being members of the Purple Triangle. The sentry's beckoning to us to go back in. Come on in, Carl.
Yes, Missy.
Here's where we get the verdict.
Missy,
Yes?
we have discussed situation.
And?
We have come to conclusion to send message to Shanghai for you.
In the meantime, Jungle Jim and Shanghai Lil hurried preparations for their escape before the Purple Triangle camp is aroused.
That's a desperate plan, Jim.
Sure, I know it, Lil. But we're in a desperate situation. I hate to imagine what would happen to us if Bluger's staff officers awoke to find him missing.
You're quite right. They're pleasant things to think about.
Well, we have all the incriminating evidence here in this bundle of papers. And we've got to get it back to Shanghai all in one piece.
And that's no lie.
Say, Lil, where is the ammunition stored?
Down underground someplace, Jim. I can show you the stairs they used to get to it.
Good. We've no time to lose. Let's get going.
Right down this corridor.
We'll have to work fast. It's almost dawn.
Yes. Are you sure we'll have time to do this, Jim?
This is one thing we've got to take time for, Lil. It's the only way we can be sure of not getting recaptured after we leave here.
I guess you're right. Here's the stairway.
Swell. So far, so good. There's not a guard or sentry in sight. Come on. I'll go first, Lil, and light the way with this flashlight.
All right, Jim. But I must confess I haven't any idea where we are or where the arsenal is exactly.
Well, we'll find it. Well, here we are at the bottom of the stairs. Now, let's see. Now, where do they keep their ammunition?
There's a door down that way, Jim.
Mm-hmm. That may be it. Well, let's have... Wait a second.
What's the matter, Jim?
Look down at our feet. See that little trail of black specks?
Yes.
Well, that's the trail we're looking for. It's made by gunpowder.
Oh.
The arsenal is over this way. Come on.
I'm right with you, Jim. This is our lucky day, or rather night.
It sure seems to be. This is the room in which they keep the stuff we want. And it's got a wooden door. Boy, that's a break for us again. I was afraid it was behind steel sheeting. Here, you hold this flashlight.
Yes.
I'll see what I can do with this lock. Wow. They've sure well fixed for ammunition. Listen, I'll take this bag of powder and pour a trail of it along the floor. We'll have to work fast, Lil.
Right, Jim.
I wonder where the heck we are in relation to the base of the cliff, Lil.
I don't know, Jim. I've never been down here before.
Well, we'll have to look around as soon as we've laid this powder line.
If we find that, our work will be done.
Yeah. I don't know how to thank you, Lil, for what you've done. I'd never have succeeded alone.
I knew that you couldn't hope to be successful when you left, Jim. That's why I went to General Fu Young Sen and told him my plan for smashing Bluger's powerful organization. You see now that there was only one way, from the inside.
Yes, you were right.
Knowing Derek as well as I did, it was easy for me to work it.
You did a grand job, Lil.
Oh, thanks, Jim. I'm sorry I had to let Bluger lock you up, but it was necessary.
Of course it was. I should have known better than to doubt you.
Jim, listen.
What is it, Lil? Why'd you turn the light off?
I thought I heard someone coming.
You're right. Probably a sentry. Well, there's only one of them by the sound.
How are you going to handle him, Jim?
Here, stand close to me, Liv. And when I touch your arm, throw the beam of your light right in his face. I'll take care of the rest.
Right, Jim.
All right, whoever you are, stick your hands up.
Jungle Jim, do not shoot, please. I wing. Coming.
Oh.
Oh, gosh, you had us scared to death. What are you doing down here?
This passage leads to base of cliff. I'm going back to get other agents. We all same finish here.
That's right, Wing. Our job is finished.
There's just one thing more for you to do, Wing. When you've collected the rest of the boys and start back this way to the base of the cliff, stoop down and drop a torch on this trail of gunpowder. Savvy?
Yes, sir. I savvy plenty. Castle go bang, bang.
And how?
Goodbye, Missy Lil. You hurry leave now. Wing fix everything.
Goodbye, Wing. You and the other boys did a swell job.
Thank you, Missy.
General Fu Young Sen at Shanghai shall hear of this.
next day at the Shanghai headquarters of General Fu Yong Sen, two visitors are ushered into the general's office.
How do you do, gentlemen?
General, this is the Reverend Chalmers.
How do you do?
His daughter's being held captive in the stronghold of the Purple Triangle.
Indeed.
Yes, General. I've appealed to the consul here for information regarding its location. But he says he doesn't know where it is. He thinks that you may have some information.
Yes, I told the Reverend that you, too, had an agent on Bluger's trail. I haven't heard from mine.
It is quite true, Reverend Chalmers. I have an agent there. I have received one message from her.
You have? Then, General, you can tell me where my daughter is.
So sorry. Message did not contain information of location of Purple Triangle headquarters.
Oh, then all is lost.
General, I have always been of the opinion that we should have sent 2 agents apiece up there.
We Chinese have ancient proverb which say, never cross river with your feet in 2 boats. It's much better for us to wait until we have need of second agent.
Well, it sure looks as though we have need of a second one now.
My dear General, haven't you any idea where this Purple Triangle gang are hidden?
Yes, I saw you on this map. When last heard of Operator 13 was here at Yolang. From there she went...
She?
Oh, yes. My agent is woman. Derek Bluger's weak spot is his love of fair sex. You see, along in here, where we have reason to believe the rebel headquarters are, it is most mountainous and hard to travel.
Yes, I see.
Well, there's only one way to break up that gang, and that's from the inside.
Exactly. That is what my agent planned to do. Excuse, please. Yes? What? Are you sure? Where did the message come from? Very well. Send a squadron to rescue them. Gentlemen, that was a message from our farthest outpost. Reverend Chalmers, your daughter has reached it safely.
God be praised. He, in his tender mercy, hath seen fit to guard and protect my daughter. Thank you, General. Thank you for this news, sir. You set at ease a troubled heart.
But Jungle Jim and your agent, General Fu Yong Sen.
They are still within the rebel stronghold. Yes? What is it, Lieutenant?
Sir, radio message reports Operator 13 and Jungle Jim safe and headquarters of Revolutionary Camp blown up. We have exact location of it now.
Excellent. Operator 13 and Jungle Jim Bradley have won.
Yes, Shanghai Lil and Jungle Jim Bradley have broken up the Purple Triangle, but will they arrive safely at Shanghai? The adventures you have just heard dramatized will appear in full-color action pictures in the Comic Weekly, the big Comic Weekly distributed with your Hearst Sunday newspaper everywhere. In the world's greatest pictorial supplement of humor and adventure, you will find all the characters who live in the world of color pictures. There's Skippy, bringing up Father, the Katzenjammer Kids, Toots and Casper, the Little King, and many, many others. See all these interesting characters in your copy of the Comic Weekly, and don't forget our date next week, same time, same station, for a continuation of the adventures of Jungle Jim.